Yeah, we can hear you good.
Right. Can the chat hear me? Oh god, cat, get off me. Alright. Here we go, countdown. 3, 2, 1, go! Alright, so, Guardian Legend, about 50-50 shmup and overworld exploration. Good mix, well done, good balance.
Even though there's a lot of auto-scrolling, it still lends itself well to speedrunning because there's a lot of secondary weapons and power-ups to collect. But as you know, this entire marathon is any % runs, so we're just going to see how quickly the whole game can be beaten here.
Yeah, it's
how much stuff can be skipped.
There's 80% with a little safety strat in there. It's I'm grabbing 3 power-ups that are like 1 screen away from the normal route. That buys you about 2 hits at the final boss, because, yeah. Basically, every boss in this game is kind of an endurance thing, where it's basically, you go with them with a saber and hit them in the face for about 10 seconds, and either they die or you die. So it's kind of how the game works.
Yeah, the saber is very, very chip efficient. It does really good damage. Damage to bosses is capped at 5 per frame rule, but that's still better than most weapons. The scaling is a little weird, where there's a weapon you can get early on that will outdamage the saber on bosses, but once the saber gets to level 2, it's out of control for the rest of the game.
Pretty much the saber is the king once you get past a certain spot. The exception in the 80% route is the boss in quarter 9.
Right. Actually, I'll be interested to see how you do that. So I'm surprised you don't have the power-up manip strats that 13 Fighter Girl has.
They do that. I mean, I have it in my head. Basically, the main thing is I can't memorize that stupid list, so I can never remember.
It's just, you just force 2 power-ups to spawn, and then your next one is a heart.
Oh, I was trying, actually. I was just talking when I was doing it, so I didn't get as far as I wanted to. And now my cat is on my lap trying to attack my controller, which is...
The C-Cat one, too good.
Is trying to win. There we go. So, again...
You should give your cat the second controller.
Let's give my cat a power-up somewhere, or something to... Chat got cleared, huh? That's rough. Alright, here we go. Yeah, you might notice you see things from Zanuck in this game. It's on purpose. Same company, same maker, and technically same, let's say, storyline, trilogy?
Aren't these the same guys who went on to make Puyo Puyo?
Perhaps. I don't know.
I mean, the landers look sort of like Puyos. Sort of. I know Compile is known for some puzzle game. I don't know if it's Puyo, though.
There we go. Alright.
Oh yeah, and the reason why I say give the C-Cat one a second controller is you can actually just play this game with controller 2. So
Yeah, sure.
you can double your inputs up. It's actually useful in Corridor 0 on that like opening assault versus the defense grid because they don't give you any auto-fire power-ups to start the game off. Auto-fire is a power-up you have to get.
Yep, it's I'll be having that in
So you
Corridor
can mash
2.
B.
My hand will be very happy.
So there's our first cutscene skip, yeah.
Yeah, so cutscene skip basically nobody knew about until Zaki said, oh, by the way, press select and hold it down, you'd be fine. And just, oh, that's it. So, yeah, it cuts about a minute and a half off the game by itself. Just being able to skip that opening cutscene. Quarter 1 is pretty
boring.
Pretty chill, so.
Or chill. Lots of fish swimming around. Yeah, there's kind of like themes for all the different stages, and the first 3 corridors have this aquatic theme with these giant fish. You probably noticed he's playing rather pacifist here. This is actually on purpose because, well, okay, if you've played this game before, you probably go, hey, don't you get extra shields for getting lots of points? Shouldn't you be trying to get lots of points?
It's true.
And the answer is, well, yeah. The first one's going to be at 30,000 points, and that's pretty much unavoidable. But, well, what happens when you cross these point thresholds is the game gives you a blue lander for free, and that's an upgrade that increases your maximum shields by 1 and also fully restores your shields. So if you play like a pacifist like this and time your score at the right moment, you can get a health refill during some difficult boss fights.
Yeah, also, while you're being healed, you are invincible. So when you're getting
true.
health back, you cannot be damaged. You can do stupid things while it's going on. So it's hard to time it all, but if you have low health and you gain a health up, basically you're invincible for 2 or 3 seconds.
Yeah, what the Seawolf is trying to do is he's trying to get it during the Corridor 3 boss, probably, although it's very hard to do. I'll elaborate on that further once we get there. I'll do my best to estimate if it's going to be possible. It's almost as if the developers knew about the strategy and did everything in their power to make it as hard to do as possible.
I think it's an oversight, because you have no weapons that can destroy bullets until usually the 3rd level saber. So you can destroy certain projectiles in the game.
3rd level fusion cannon, too, the fireball weapon.
Yeah, everyone loves that thing.
Oh yeah, it's so good. But
It's
unfortunately, at any percent, you just
You
leave
never
it at
see
level 1.
Oop.
Well, you'll see it a
Cat.
little bit.
Okay, so cat is currently on my shoulder trying to bite my ear, which is fantastic. Cat.
There should be more shooting in time with the music, I think, during all this auto-scrolling.
I did that for my last one. I never complained about it.
Really? Who complains about that?
Oh, what a
That's like
jerk.
how I made a name for myself in the mid-2000s. All these shmup videos where I'm dancing around and shooting in time with the music and stuff.
Yeah, someone made a crack that I wasn't in time with music enough, so
Oh, okay.
I kind of stopped since then. But not a big deal. Yeah, quarter one is a little slow, but you get an idea of how the game works. A lot of enemies are reused, come back with reskins. Those crawling eye guys that I kill real fast in the beginning, they'll come back with a vengeance in a Cobra 9 and 10. So
Just 10.
Well, just 10, right? Yeah, not 9. You're right. But the goal is basically to...
They tear a trench in the ground, shooting homing missiles everywhere. Very, very durable, but the saber makes short work of them.
Yeah, most enemies in the game don't like being hit with a saber. Bullets are pretty useless towards the end, but the saber basically kills just about anything.
Things in a few frames.
Yeah. All right, first boss, giant fish.
He's got max shields, he'll be fine. Very intimidating giant fish. Watch how easily it goes down.
Now, a major thing with this game is a little like kind of almost like glitch in the game with the saber. When you're hitting a boss with the saber, the game is processing the hits, every frame, checking the frame rule, doing the health thing, making sure it can or can't lose health. And while doing that, it forgets that, oh, by the way, you have a hitbox too. So while you're not being hit by the boss, or trying to do all the calculations, you basically can be on the boss and almost not take damage. Most cases, that's true. So oftentimes, the best strategy is to be a nut job and be on the boss with the saber.
You were actually a bit too far forward. I think you took
I was
more damage than you
taking a lot more
needed to.
damage than normal, yeah. I was. But, yeah, certain parts of the boss will turn off almost, like the hurt box goes away,
Yeah.
because the saber is hard to process.
I thought it was just, if you're damaging enemies, you can't be hit on that same spot.
I'm not
Oops,
sure.
I forgot to split for quarter one.
Oh.
But you're 12 seconds behind my PB, but you'll probably gain a lot after a few corridors. I can't remember where I died in my last week.
I mean, that was kind of my time is mostly from the first boss. I didn't mash properly, so I didn't kill the first boss fast enough.
That was a good quick exit, by the way. That's kind of only possible to do if it's an up-down exit by mini bosses, but if you stand in the right place, you can make the crab spawn in a good spot so that it dies near the middle, so you can grab the power-up. That opens up the destructible boxes, so you can leave the mini-boss arena. And normally after you beat this little fanfare plays, that we'll probably hear, well, we're going to hear it on the next one, almost certainly.
There's a chance I can get it. I've done
Really?
it every 3-4 games you can get it. If the crab's in the right spot, you can get lucky.
I've never gotten a quick exit on this thing, though.
Really?
This
I don't
blue
think-
guy?
I've done it a few
I don't
times.
think I've ever gotten it.
It's tricky. It's... Here we go. Now.
So if
Oh,
you,
I got it.
Oh, nice.
Suck
I'm
it.
going to see that in a few seconds. That was a pretty quick kill, too. 3 fusion cannons. Yeah, this is the fusion cannon, this little fireball-looking weapon. Unfortunately, these blue artichokes spawn near the top of the screen. They kill you a little faster than the red guys.
Yeah, but
So he's
they,
death warped back to the center tile of the map, because it's, well, obviously faster than...
Yeah, when you go through a starting point or a password screen, you will basically, that's your new respawn spot. So
Yeah.
whenever you do it in any percent, if you're dying, you basically jump back to the start of the corridor you're in. That's what I've used a few times. Cat, that is a microphone, not a toy. Oh boy. He was asleep all night. All night he was fine. Suddenly, like a half hour before the run starts. Hey, what's going on? Oh, kitty. Alright. Oh, nice spawn. So basically, so a lot of the game overall stuff is to avoid enemies that spawn. They spawn somewhat randomly, so when the screen comes on, they flicker onto existence, and you have to adapt to what's going on pretty quickly. Alright, another boss. Now, originally, the first run of this game, that was a... Oh, I missed.
I thought you
was,
were the first.
No, Vodava had a run before me. So Vodava had a run years ago, and he used a saber on that boss. Now, in practice, you'd think that the saber would be stronger. Hits faster, it's pretty strong. The fusion cannon ignores the rules of the game and has its own damage value. So rather than being a multiplication factor based on your attack power and the hits, it's just 24. So every frame does 24 damage or something. Which
No,
is,
I thought there was still capped at 5 because they're like bosses. But still is better than the saber because the saber does either 2 or 4. I think it still does 2. It does attack power times 2 at level 1, doesn't it?
Yes. Quarter
there you
2, every quarter is a gimmick to open up. Quarter 1, you just shot it when it opened up by itself. Quarter 2, you have to step on the gates, and it's all the corner parts that explode and go away. And I'm actually going to get a little health here, because took quite a bit of damage there trying to get around. Alright, so Quarter 2 is a lot more intense than Quarter 1. Honestly, Quarter 0 is more intense than Quarter 1. Quarter 0 is,
Definitely.
like, I was a kid, like, the first week I had the game, couldn't get past the first corridor. So
Quarter 0 is one of the hardest
it's
bosses.
rough. And the boss, if you're not ready for it, plus you're dodging like a rock, plus, one thing, one shot, and suddenly like, oh, by the way, all the shots ever. Have fun.
Dodging in this game is kind of not a factor. Like, early NES shmups were a far cry from the manic Toho style, like curtain fire shmups we have today, where we have a very tiny hitbox.
Yeah, you'd think that. I mean, when
Your
you
hitbox in this game is as wide as the entire ship sprite, like a box drawn around from the corner of each wing. Like your hitbox is enormous, but luckily you move around very quickly and have a ton of shields with which to take hits.
Yeah. Also, I believe when you're at 0 health, your hitbox shrinks.
Yeah, it does. That's true.
So basically, the game assumes that it's kind of clever actually on the programmer's part. Like you have shields, obviously. So when you have shield power, it's gonna hit the shield on the outside of your ship. So when you take a hit from the outside, you take damage. At 0 shield, you have no shield. So obviously, if you hit the ship itself, bad things happen. So I think the premise there was pretty clever. Let's see. But again, the enemies, they follow certain patterns. Certain shots are used. Again, a little bit of a rehash as time goes on. Like those starfish come back in the Quarter 5, which is the what's the word for it? What's it? Like the crystal corridors, like inorganic. Like
yeah, that's 5 and 6.
Yeah, 5 and 6. I'm just trying to think of a theme from what's the word I'd use.
I would say crystalline or
everything's
mineral.
crystal based. Yeah. Now originally
Volcanoes.
Originally, this boss I would take a lot of damage and try to die real fast afterwards, but since we changed the route up a bit, it stays 2 screen transitions from Zaki. So we fight this boss, then we go up and get around the 2 power-ups on the top of the map. So it's a good time.
I don't know about those other 2 hits. This will be risky. You don't use the fusion cannon here?
No, I use the saber.
Ooh.
Basically, it's harmless there if you're doing that.
Oh, that's actually way safer.
Yeah, it's a lot safer.
Fusion cannon is maybe like marginally faster at best, but you take hits. I've lost runs to this boss.
I've lost runs at every boss, so no boss is safe. Oop.
Looks like I died on that mini boss where you got the red lander, because you're a minute and a half ahead of my splits now. Yeah, the red lander, by the way, you just got a blue lander there. The red lander increases your maximum chip count. Your chips are your ammo for using sub-weapons. But in addition, your basic shots gain a wider spread the more chips you're currently holding. Like when he has less than 100, he has that very underwhelming single shot. But 200 and above, you get this wider 3-way shot. Between 100 and 200, you have a more narrow 3-way shot. Yep. I don't think you get the 4-way shot until like 1500 or 1600. It's like 1800. It's in a really weird spot.
It's 800, I think. Then you get.
It's way above 800, or maybe it's above 1200.
I think I think 12 and 16 is the next level up. I think it's as far as I go. I think 16 is as much as I was like.
Well, the Redlander upgrade is from 800 to 1600, but the actual threshold for 4-way shot is
I think 12.
A really weird spot.
Yeah, it makes no sense. All right, but again, another route change from Zaki. Instead of going down, getting power-ups, then coming back to here, I just go here first, so I have less defense for the Optimon fight.
Yeah, here we go for the score manip on Corridor 3. I think Seawolf might have killed a few too many things in Corridor 2.
Yeah, I'm a little higher than I want to be.
It's still going to be possible. Okay, so Corridor 3, all you do to open the gate is wait. So this is always where I dance around in time with the bass line there.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a minimalist tune.
Yeah, I did the economy code of my run just right before it opens up. Just for a joke. All right, we're going in. So Corridor 3 obviously is a more foresty theme. So 1 and 2 had obviously the aquatic theme, fish. This is a fungus forest. So everything is like mushroom-based, flowers.
Really nice tune, too.
Yeah. So if I was to commentate and talk, if I was like, just jam out and have a little fun with it.
Okay, so the next level up threshold is at 100,000 points. and it's kind of tricky to land on exactly, because your maximum shields are 10, and when you get hit by things and destroy them, you also get awarded points for them. So I guess this game has a lot of similarities to Ikaruga, with the shield and also with the bullet eating for points mechanic. So these bubble bullets that come down in a parabolic arc from the flowers give 200, but the ones that travel slowly in a straight line only give 10. And those are the only destructible things that the Corridor 3 boss shoots at you. So you have to try to go in with 99,990 points, or like at least 99,900 and something. And hopefully you get an odd number. It's really hard to shift over, though. The asteroids give 60, and that's the second smallest thing that you can take. Most other things give about 200. I think your score is doing okay so far.
Yeah.
I'm going to kill a few more things. The big deal breaker are the exploding cherry blossom things near the end, where if you destroy them right away, you get very few points, but if you let them burst into a bunch of smaller segments, they're worth a lot more. Actually, yeah, your points are pretty low. You're gonna have to...
Yeah, I'm real low. I've actually really just not killed enough. That was too soft.
There we go. Great restraint. You might not have enough. You'll have to switch to double saber and go crazy here.
Nah, too late. There's only a few more mushrooms. No, I'm well below.
And that's why I'm commentating and not running. I don't have enough game sense to go for a score manip anymore.
I hear that.
But
all right, here we go.
Corridor 3, another difficult boss that's kind of a gatekeeper for runs because you don't have very many fancy sub-weapons yet. So fusion cannon's the way to go. It's also very dangerous and hard to stay close to, so... Cat, please.
Yeah, I had to spray him off my TV just because he was getting ready to... Ooh, giant eyeball. Let's play with that. I was like, no, let's not do that. Alright, the main problem with this boss is those strands do about 5 damage per hit.
Yeah.
So they just destroy you. And if he drops to like 3 in a row real fast, you can just get trapped in the corner and be like, well, that's that. So I'm playing him very safe. Oh, see? Right there, he almost fooled me. That there, ooh, see? That pattern? Bad news. Now
yeah, some of them come out fast. And, oh, here we go.
Time for the fun part.
Yeah, time for everyone to clench your butt cheeks.
Oh, you bastard! Yeah, you see that? Oh, man. Complete surprise. Oh, that sucks.
Oh, you juked back into it. That hurts.
I juked right back into it. You threw it down at the last second. Oh, that sucks.
TheSeawolf also has too many points to try to score him up for a run back either.
Yeah. Yeah, Blue Atamon is just that much kind of a jerk. Damn. Alright, so between the Skype and that, they were down by like 10 minutes, which sucks.
This boss is very difficult for speedruns because if you get too aggressive, then you can get punished for it really hard. You have to find this like perfect balance of consistently landing those fusion cannons.
Not even too aggressive, just playing the game. Like if he drops 3 fast ones inside and just bullet at you, it's like, well, here we go. Let's see what happens.
I feel like there's a safe spot. Like there's kind of like a recurring pattern you can do that covers a lot of situations. I can't really explain it, but I've been playing this game since I was a kid.
The more you do it, the more you get in line with it. Yeah, Quarter 3 boss, literally, if you even play the game normally and get every power-up you have right now, he still basically kills you in 3 hits, so it's just... No, I lose a hit to my defense right now. That's kind of what it comes down to. But, he's a jerk. That's all it really comes down to. There's the power-up I was trying to go for during this fight. So again, also, he's one of the bosses that you cannot just, like, saber. Like, he doesn't care about the saber tactic. Most bosses, turn off the hitbox, you're pretty safe. He doesn't care about that. He just kind of says, that's cute. You're half a strand.
Yeah.
And if you get above him, he fires upward. So he tracks where you are, and he fires the strands upward, so you can't even dodge from the top. So I tried to go past him, and didn't work out.
Yeah. That's the idea with the score manip strats, is while you're just using there's another saber where it comes out on either side of you, Darth Maul style, like a double saber.
Yeah, well, see,
so you
just half the game.
Yeah, you just ride next to him with that, and then you get hit by a stray bubble for the health refill. So you just get a really nice burst of damage as soon as the fight starts. It's still really hard to control your score well enough to go into the fight with 99,900 and something points. And then you also have to have enough shields left that you can take X amount of bullets for it to work.
Right.
There isn't really any guarantee it'll work.
You also need health missing, because if you gain health at full health already, it doesn't really matter. So if you're coming with a full bar of health and get your level up, ta-da, you bought yourself 0.01 seconds of invincibility. And then you die. So, rough stuff. Alright. Round 2, jackass. Do-do-do-do-do-do. You see that he covered the side with the strands like that.
Yeah, you don't want to hug the walls either, because you can get pinned and be forced to eat a strand like that, or eat a few bubbles as well.
Bubbles wouldn't be too bad, except I'm down defense up, which means I'm actually taking like 3 damage per hit from the bubbles too. So it's just bad
Take
across
3
the board.
per hit from bubbles?
I'm skipping the there's a defense up that you get after this.
Oh, I didn't know
don't
that.
have yet. So we used to get that first.
Yeah, I learned the Scormanip stuff when you have the second defense upgrade, so you only take 1 for each bubble.
Yeah.
And also,
See
it's even more risky
Jackass.
without it. It looks like 2 damage per bubble.
Yeah.
It's still a big deal, though.
And 7 damage
Right.
per strand. Yeah, suck it.
Down to 0 again. Let's go. Nice.
Ugh. Yeah, Trisander's right. If you're fully powered up at the end of the game, it's not as bad at the end. Like, what I do is stupid. 80%? It's taxing to your blood pressure and your overall pulse.
It's
yeah, no
pretty
joke.
clear to me this game was not balanced around actually dodging things. It's balanced around being an adventure game where you just have enough power to smash your face against bosses until they die.
Pretty much. Yeah, see my case there. That strand literally does 7 damage to you. Literally 7.
Here we got the hairy tire.
I call him the leech flower, but that works too. Come on, get it. There we go.
There's a couple different ways to stand. Nice, got the quick exit.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, you just like kind of stand in place and hopefully it dies before you do.
Yeah, that's not bad. The one in corridor 8, if I don't fight him, but that's the worst. The red one. It just,
Oh yeah,
just sticks. There's nothing to it. It just kills you.
that one you have to. You need enough defense upgrades to run away from it, and then you use like the Y weapon that like shoots waves behind you, and just kind of like run in circles around it. It's kind of that's what I had to do as a kid.
Yeah, scream at me while doing it. It's like, oh no, it's had to be. Otherwise, it's no fun. But yeah, defense ups. They obviously increase your defense. At level 5, you get a speed boost as well, so you walk faster on the overall map.
The thing is, when you get to 4, the next 2 defense upgrades are right next to each other.
Right.
So it's a little awkward.
Alright, so in this corridor is my first little sidestep. I'm grabbing a little more health for this run because it's marathon unsafe. Because this game.
We're already down to death, might as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I was going to do it regardless, but yeah, bad news. But yeah, 100% run again. You have a lot more power-ups, a lot more health, shield, attack power. I actually forego any more attack power upgrades, which costs you a bit on it, actually. I realized one of the major problems with that fight with the it fight now is the bubbles he fires.
Are
Usually
very
they're very tough. With the saber, you can destroy them usually before they get to you, but at level 2 attack power, you cannot. So basically, you're guaranteed hits from those bubbles, which is terrible.
Well, you'll just have to dodge them, I guess.
Well, I think you're on the boss with the saber. Like, you get like a millisecond.
There's not that much wiggle room, that's true.
Yeah. But what's it called?
So coming up is the first multiple choice shop, where the other thing your chips are used for is for buying power-ups from lander merchants that still live here on Naju. So
right.
You can't use any sub-weapons on your way from corridor 2 to 3, because you need it to buy this blue lander. The obvious choice. I mean, the battery in the middle is just a full health refill. It's clearly strictly worse than the blue lander. I really don't know why it's there. The one on the right is a sub-weapon that just creates a fireball that patrols around you in a circle. It's kind of handy, but it's just too weak to use in a speed run.
Alright, this corridor's gimmick is that you talk to that lander like 5 times for him to open the door up for you.
Oh, you skipped that defense upgrade. That's a good one to skip then. So you get the 2 that are next to each other after corridor 6.
Right. Actually, that's an attack upgrade. The green flower is an attack upgrade. So it's
okay.
So that's
not very useful though.
No, because the math works out that the saber does the same amount of damage upgraded now, and that the boss cap stays the same. So no matter how strong the saber gets, you can only hurt the boss so much in so little time. So there's no point in getting more attack ups. So it saves the boss.
That's true. You don't use any weapons that rely on your attack stat in that capacity.
Yeah, I think actually it's kind of funny. I was doing a run. I had too much damage on me. I couldn't kill the boss. I was too weak. I was like, I'm just gonna skip it and see what happens. And it worked out fine. I was like, oh, okay, I guess that's one more thing to skip. But yeah, so as you see in the game now, my bullets are doing less damage and less damage because my attack power is only 2. So the bullets are very weak overall. Like you fire them just to have them out there and do what they do. I mean, eventually even boulders will take 2 hits from normal shots. Which stinks. But the saber basically kills most things on contact.
What's your plan for score here? Are you just gonna go crazy and kill everything?
I was going crazy. My score is messed up now because I died. So my score is all messed up.
You could conserve a little bit. I think if you conserve really hard, you'd still get it in time for Corridor 9. If you go hard, you'll probably get it during the Corridor 8 boss fight.
Which wouldn't be bad.
Which is a good place to get it, actually.
Yeah, I don't complain about that at all.
So he's avoiding the heart here because... Or not, okay. I missed it on delay. But
Yeah, no.
there's a death warp right after this. So he's probably just gonna like get closer to this giant salamander than he needs to die quickly.
Derposaurus. But you don't want to go. You don't go on him too much because if you have a, if he spawns here again, if I went full grind on him twice before, that would kill me there because I wouldn't be able to get to him.
Oh yeah, there it's gonna happen.
There.
So next cycle should kill him.
Yeah. Zaki, in a 100% run, you can actually be on him with a double saber, and you do enough damage. When you hit the boss yourself and you take damage, you also do damage back. So actually, and that somewhat bypasses the frame rule to an extent. So you can actually kill him in 3 cycles.
Yeah, you do 1 damage to the boss every time you body block him or
So
body
if
check
you
him.
actually have that much health to take that, it adds up and lets you kill the boss faster. Alright, secondary thing is going to be another boss right here, which I'm going to kill fast to get our health up.
Looks like skipping the attack upgrade saves about 23 seconds. I'm gonna have to start doing that in my runs. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
I just thought by accident. Like I did it during a run. I'm like, I missed it. I can't get it. And said, oh wait, never mind. It didn't matter.
Okay. Oh, you're gonna get this blue lander now? I usually get it on the way out because you can get a quick exit by going down instead.
Oh, you're right. That's a good point.
And there's our first little mini boss fanfare.
I usually skip it. I usually don't get it at all.
Then again, the mini boss on the way to Corridor 5 is a little bit scary, so I can see why you'd want to get it now.
Oh, the star? No, I'm
Yeah.
with that guy. He does suck.
I'm curious what your strat is. I think everyone has a different strat for it.
I use the top barrier to lock him in place.
Oh, okay. That's what 13 Friday Girl does too. What I do is I take out the double saber, and there's like a certain rhythm where you can like walk around him in 90 degrees and stop, then walk around 90 degrees and stop.
Yeah, I know. It's you follow him around, and cause he's on a timer basically. He goes left, then up and down. He tracks you, but he only tracks you one direction at a time.
Yeah.
Cat, don't need cat. Hang on. Cat is playing with my power cords, which is awful. Back, you beast, back. Okay.
Catch, please.
Never had this problem before. Never had the cat just go crazy on me. Not during a run. Alrighty. Okay, is this guy double saber? Because I can't face him properly. Good spawn. Ridiculously good spawn.
No, the boss is invisible on the stream.
Yeah, he spawned on the... when he's on the barrier, he flickers. And
Right.
he can't really move fast. So
We got the
basically-
odd-numbered field. There we go. So, because the stream is 30 FPS, nobody got to see it.
Yeah, so...
Okay, so gimmick to opening this one is you attack the sign that says Corridor 5.
Yeah, it says shoot at the corridor and the door will open. And very Shadowgate-like, you're going to shoot the corridor word, not the corridor door.
Or maybe just poor translation, who knows.
That's very possible, but it's pretty clever either way. Alright, so corridors 5 and 6 are like crystalline, like very inorganic. Like all the enemies are rocks, they're ships, they're satellites, they're volcanoes.
I very much like the Zelda 2 square lead in this one.
Yeah,
It's actually both square waves working together, detuned, to be able to do that. These crystals chase you around. They're actually like flickering one field at a time, but it's hard to tell with the 30 FPS stream.
yeah. Well, when they spawn, they flicker when they spawn, and then they get solid when they chase you. But I kill them so
Yeah.
fast, you probably don't see them.
Well, we can see them. It's just that it looks like they're sitting still. It's like, why isn't he attacking them? Well, it's because the crystals haven't finished appearing yet. So I thought I'd just explain that.
Okay, so it's vice versa. So they actually see a solid and no flicker at all.
Yeah,
As
they
opposed to
look
boss.
solid.
I suppose the boss was invisible and just kind of died.
Yeah, it looked like you were just double sabering nothing, but just imagine a big pointy husk of crystal.
Gradius, let's see, Gradius 4.
Actually, yeah, it looks like
The third boss, the Crystal Star. That's why I call him the Crystal Star, because it's what he is, basically.
there's a crystal style boss in Gradius 3 and the boss rush as well. Well, it doesn't look too much like that one either. It
It's
actually
three,
just looks like a square.
Alright, Zip
Spiky
Zib.
square.
So Zip Zop's kind of a rehash of the first boss, where he goes up and down, fires, and tracks you around.
Oh, yeah, this one will bounce from side to side, so you want to stay directly underneath him so he just jumps up and down into your double saber over and over. Otherwise, he starts going left and right out of control.
I'll use single saber, but yeah.
I would have been a little more aggressive there, because he kind of finished at full health.
Yeah, I didn't really
It's going to be a long death warp.
Usually hits me. Usually hits me pretty hard. Like, I usually lose half my health there.
That's true.
Just didn't hit me. So.
Yeah, you're down on defense upgrade compared to what I'm used to as well, so I think that boss could actually take you out pretty quickly if you're not careful.
Oop, I start a little too fast there.
I'm surprised one of the red spider guys didn't die.
Yeah, usually, again, you hit them back, so they eventually get killed. The enemies evolve in this game. These enemies were small, little round dudes before. Now they're tall, like, freaky-looking Sigma guys. I don't know how to describe them. Just funky-looking. Alright, quarter 6 is actually a gooped. You use a special weapon on the door itself. And hitting on buttons again. There.
Yeah, the clue for this one is use a certain special weapon to open the door, but I think any of the sub-weapons work.
Every single one works, yeah.
There you go.
And saber has to be just fast as walk up there, hit with a saber, and get it open. Alright, quarter 6 I call it the quarter of distraction, because everything in this corridor really can't hurt you except the volcanoes. But everything in the game that appears once you go to the bottom of the screen and chase it around. Like right now. Look at a diamond! Hey, a volcano.
My first Gradius game was Life Force, where the second stage is a vertically scrolling stage, but it has volcanoes that shoot out at you, so I called them Volcanoes.
Yeah. Good choice.
It's kind of like what these are, but I guess they're Floorcanos.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty rough. Like, if you let them go, like those crystals that spawn out, they do tons of damage, they just keep coming. Like, they're fast as hell, they track you around real tough.
Yeah, the demo goes through the other stage that has these, which is
mauled.
I guess it'd be corridor 15. And yeah, I guess mauled as soon as the first volcano appears.
Alright, now we get double volcanoes.
See, look how those green rocks chase you around a lot.
Yeah, they're pretty fast, they're very aggressive.
And the rocks are very durable as well. Pretty much the only way to deal with them is either with this double saber or with the enemy eraser.
Yeah, we'll be seeing that later on.
Which you just got, actually.
Yeah, I got last corridor. We'll be seeing him later on. Again, it'll be corridor... Definitely corridor 9, because for marathon safety, I'm going to be using them on the bomb pod barrage. Because another downside of having lower attack power is that you barely kill a bomb pod if it comes down, where I've been on a bomb pod and it's so exploded in my face if I caught it with a saber right from the top of the screen.
Oh, wow.
So,
okay, that's good to know.
I think EEs are actually now kind of important for that spot in the game. But, so that spot of the game... Cat, what the hell are you doing behind me? And,
Cat's having dinner.
Cat's going crazy.
Fork.
Alright. Wait, no, I should have got more chips. No. But, the main thing is... so that corridor there, so corridor 9, I'll warn you. And during the final boss fights, maybe after Atamon, and definitely during it, I'll be spamming... Oh, I'm talking into thinking. I'll be spamming enemy erasers. And serious note, if you have epilepsy, you have seizure problem, like, I'm going to pause the game and announce it, like, close your eyes for a few seconds, because...
Oh yeah, I'll give you a heads up. I'll know when he's going to reach for it.
Well, I'll tell him what's going to go on. But, yeah, serious talk. Like, if you have epilepsy problems, that's bad. So, I'll do what I can to warn you of that and make sure it's not a problem.
You can 2-cycle that boss if you body check it, right?
Yeah, but you can't survive him any percent.
That's true.
Yeah, a lot of the bosses, like, if only you had this.
I did it once with the 2 defense upgrades that I would usually have.
So.
It's pretty tough, though.
Hitaka, possibly a warning problem. Just the fact that it exists, I warn you about it because it's bad news. Alright, this boss...
Well, I don't think you want to, like, auto-fire at 30 hertz for it to work best, so...
Cat just almost took out my entire, like, power cord. Like, my power box. It didn't die. That's weird.
After 2 cycles,
That was odd.
You might be standing a bit far away.
Yeah, maybe I was only hitting with bolts.
Nice, you got a quick exit, though. I like, never get a quick exit on that one.
That one's total RNG. If you spawn in the right spot, you get a fast exit. Otherwise, you're screwed.
Yeah, you can't really manipulate where that blob spawns. And it also depends on how many cycles you get, too. There are no guarantees on that one.
Yeah. Neither do I, but let me put it this way. If Pikachu's eyes flashing can take out half of Japan, I warn you about flashing lights.
I'm laughing just remembering this red crab that's coming up, because in my PB, It was just a hilariously bad run for me.
Yeah.
Wait, you're not doing the red crab.
Not yet.
Oh, this is smart.
Not yet.
Not yet. Ooh. I've never seen anyone go here for the routing. Maybe you're just gonna skip it?
This is from Zachy. No, I'm going back to it. I have to walk past.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we walk past it.
I follow.
We get the faster. I now walk faster, so when I go to it again and come back to it, it's less time spent on it. And honestly, the extra chips don't really matter too much in Corridor 7.
Yeah, they wouldn't. Corridor 7's pretty easy, although after that is where the game's difficulty really jumps up.
Mm-hmm. Well, first half Corridor 7 sucks if you get a bad spawn pattern of the laser ships. That can suck.
If you fly behind the laser ships, they shoot behind them. Yes,
they track you as well. It's the Ottoman again. Ooh, hello, spawn.
Alright, so we got the fast walk speed already, but we're gonna get one more defense upgrade. Just because they're right next to each other.
Yeah, and frankly,
why not?
The damage difference is huge.
Quick exits are pretty much guaranteed now with the walk speed.
Yep. That's why we changed it around, because that red crab was, again, kind of an RNG nightmare to get a fast exit on. Oop, I goofed. Corridor 7 is similar to Corridor 4. You must enter the corridor 5 times to open it up. So Corridor 4, you have to talk to that guy 5 times. Corridor 7, you have to actually see the corridor 5 times.
It has to be 5 times sequentially. The first time he came through, just going from one entrance to the other. No, it doesn't count, I thought.
No, it does count.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going in right now. Ta-da!
Oh yeah, the 4th one. +1.
Alright.
So here's the only weakness to this soundtrack is too many of the songs are in A minor. So for those who are thinking like, man, the soundtrack's getting really stale and I don't know why, well, that's why.
Alright. Now forgive me if I talk less and he talks more now, because now the game gets really out of hand with throwing crap at you.
Oh yeah, you basically won't kill anything with the pea shooter ever, with only one attack upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you see why you're hanging back.
You kill okay with? You actually kill the big jumping mouths in Corridor 9. They actually die fairly quickly to a pea shooter.
Huh.
It's not like
I didn't know they were actually that weak. They look really durable because they're so big.
They're big rock mouths, yeah, but they just kind of explode.
They just crumple, yeah.
also, these little green guys, they absorb all weapons but enemy erasers, but if you run into them, they die. And they don't hurt you.
I didn't explain the enemy eraser mechanic too well, actually. Enemy eraser does not use chips. Enemy eraser is on its own ammo. And some of the power-ups will contain more enemy eraser instead, which fills up 20 shots of enemy eraser. It's just like a screen-clearing bomb-style weapon, but some enemies are immune to it.
Basically, small enemies die to it. Most shots die to it. Larger enemies that take more than one hit typically don't get killed by it. So, like,
ground turrets don't either, obviously.
Yeah, say I was in Corridor. Ow, ow, ow.
Are you gonna get the battery, or do you death warp? Oh, I guess you death warp back to the. You went through a pass.
Death warp back.
Oh, that's so clever.
Right.
Zachy, you're so smart.
Yeah, he's good at that. That's his thing. I play the game. He plays the game too really good. He's 100% is awesome at it. So is the 13th Friday girl, and Fireball's playing it too. It was cool. But yeah, Zachy's like, I think most route upgrades you've had, like map wise, have been on Zachy's watch, which is very good stuff. So now we're right back here. I walk fast. Got a saber.
Yeah, this red crab was really amusing to me because of my PB. I took a random hit from like an ice cube or an artichoke or something, came in with like 0 shield, and the crab spawned on the right, which means I was guaranteed to get hit by bubbles. So I had to enemy eraser to be able to survive.
Yeah, no, I've had a good run going. I was like, what, left or right, left or right. What side do I stand on? I forget. And, like I just got mauled by him. Like you just brain fart. Like okay, crab shoots bubbles. Left side or right side? Which one? And then just oops. All right. Again, so real fast, two chip upgrades. So now I have 1,200 chips.
Yep, only 600 for a red lander. It's a total steal, but you can't get here until you have the square key and go all the way around through it.
Yeah.
So yeah, normally I would be going into the red area through there and then back out through it after death warping, but
yeah, I did that
the faster walk speed helps a lot.
Yeah, I used to do that too, but Zachy was like, yeah, let's do that, and changed around, and voila. I was like, oh, it works. Corridor 8 is no use. Fire weapon, no use on it.
Yeah, you de-equip your sub-weapon. Another neat detail is when you have a sub-weapon equipped, you can have 4 shots on screen at once, but if you don't have a sub-weapon equipped, you can have 5 shots on screen at once.
So it reserves the sprite spot for, I guess.
It's only really useful for the Corridor 11 boss, I think. So you don't really have a good weapon to use that early
Yeah,
in
that's
the
a good
game.
point. All right, now corridors here on out, we're kind of just we're dodging. You know, you said dodging is hard with a big hitbox. Yeah, dodging's kind of out the window now. Because you're just killing things as fast as possible, getting power-ups, and trying to minimize damage as best you can.
And keeping the enemy count low to reduce frame lag, I guess.
Well, at some points, though, you want to have more enemies on the screen. Like, you can maximize a certain amount of sprites. There is a sprite limit in this game. It's very good in that regard, that, it holds a lot of sprites on the screen at once. But you can stop certain spawns by having a high sprite limit, or high sprite count.
Really? I didn't know that.
Corridor 10 during the hell run towards the middle of the stage.
Oh, yeah.
The bomb pods, you have only like 2 or 3 things that spawn off them because there's so many rocks on the screen. You can't spawn all the bomb pod shots.
I can't wait to see chat get hyped for ludicrous speed in Corridor 10.
Oh god, I wonder if my stream can handle it. I know we have Flickr. I actually ordered parts on a new computer. I'm gonna build it hopefully this week because I was trying to do last week. I was trying to do emulator practice to grind like 9 and 10 because I was getting scared about it. And I was like, oh wait, I don't have my computer for some reason can't handle emulating stream anymore and putting stream out.
I'm not sure if save states can really help you practice those because it means your power-up order will be locked in. And
I do it from the start of the stage. Like I just do from the end of the corridor. Because yes, your power-ups are set in a sequence. So if you do a boss practice on an emulator, you will get the same power-ups. You'll wonder, oh, I have to do this for this part of the fight, and then this happens. And you're wrong, because odds are you've done something different in the stage.
Alright, so here's another notorious boss of this game.
Behold,
this is the Red Grimgrin. Very, very high health, and constantly shoots homing eyeballs at you. As you get, he's destroyed the bottom pair of eyes now, so there's less homing eyeballs coming out. Then he's going to destroy the top pair, and then there's only going to be bubbles coming out.
And then surprise!
Yeah, this level 3 double saber can destroy bubbles too. It can destroy certain types of bullets that previously were not destructible, but once all the holes open up, then you just go Super Saiyan.
3, 2, oh.
Yeah, you can't really tell, but yeah, there's eyeballs and bubbles coming out of that center eye constantly. And the level 3 double saber also costs a lot of chips to maintain. So, I like the saber strategy. This is very aggressive.
Jackass. All right.
No, I do. I never thought of that.
Not you. Him.
Oh. Forcing you to change. Yeah, I should have pointed it out when you got the level 3 saber after completing Corridor 7. The shot count on the right shows how many iterations of the sub-weapon you get. I'm not sure how long you have to hold down the A button to decrement your chips once, but your shot count goes down from something like 130 to 30.
Like 20. Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah.
It's like it quadruples the cost of the weapon. It goes from like 12 to 48, I think.
But it's worth it.
It's very powerful. It kills about anything it touches. Kills bullets, which is handy for the last corridor to survive. But yeah, it eats a whole lot of power. Alright, I go north here, right? Yeah.
I forgot to split again. But
Oh,
I think you're...
I did it again!
Oh,
That's twice in a row now. I walked the wrong exit.
oh yeah, you went to the last area. I should have said something earlier.
That's right.
I took a break to read chat.
Yeah, rip those 3 seconds. Oh well. No big deal.
Marathon luck.
I blame my cat. Where is he? Yeah, I can't see him. That's scarier. I don't know where he is.
Cat's having dessert.
Oh, look at that spawn. Just barely tagged me. Look at that damage.
Oh yeah, I was going to ask you, so there's 2 ways to go through here. Okay, you pick the defense upgrade. If you go the other route around, you get a blue lander instead. I wonder if people have run numbers to figure out which one gives you more effective health.
Curious. Let's see. I'd imagine defense, because you take more hits, and honestly, that 1 health, at my low health, doesn't really matter as much.
Well, your health would get 1/15 bigger. How much is the defense upgrade worth? Does it virtually make your health a 15th bigger?
I think it does.
I'm not sure how the defense scaling in this game works.
That's weird, I got it.
It's like a task that someone tried to make a task like way back in like 2006 and it never really got off the ground. But they still like figured out the damage chart for us that we still use today.
Awesome. Yeah, see this thing? Okay,
yeah,
maybe I'm a liar. Maybe I'm a liar.
These red diamonds though, wow, even with the level 3 saber with only 1 attack upgrade, they're just very resilient.
Yeah, they're pretty tough. Alright, here's the part where we start dodging. Like, instead of dodging shots, I'm trying to hit them with my sabers and failing miserably. That's a lot of damage. P.S. I got a lot of those. I got those bonus health ups. If I go below 3 health at all and take another hit, I would have been dead in an 80% run. So when I'm at 3 health or less and take a hit, I would have died. Keep that in mind.
These guys, the MC Hammer parachute pants that are shooting lasers all over the place are immune to enemy erasers. You wouldn't think so because they're kind of tiny, but
Okay. Now, first warning. This is the first wave of enemy erasers.
oh, yeah,
I'll use about 10 of them.
might
So,
have some
yeah.
future robots.
Yeah. Makes a flashing noise. When you hear the boss siren, you can open your eyes again.
I think we're ready. Another fun trick with enemy erasers, if you use it really rapidly, you can spawn way more power-ups than you normally could.
Yeah, which is why I'm going to do that for the final boss.
Yeah, but that's going to take a lot of ammo. More
that's leveled
ammo
up.
than we otherwise have.
Damn.
Oh, I got a few too many points for scoring it.
Alright.
Yeah, all these skull-like enemies that are going by are also immune to enemy erasers. And these ones keep coming out even though the boss klaxon is supposed to remove all enemies. But not that one. Okay, so we're pulling out the fusion cannon here because the skulls that come out do way more damage than the lasers that are going to pop out. So he's trying to follow the lasers to take less damage because you can only get hit by one thing at a time. So it's kind of a dangerous affair where you have to like grab power-ups while also staying inside the lasers that are safe. And that one fusion cannon went wide, so he's going to switch weapons, hope for power-ups. There's one. Nice. Yeah, the other thing you can do is you can try to ride the side of its face here. But that's pretty risky because the double saber... Oh, that was really close.
That was close.
Yeah, double saber can destroy the ski lasers that are safe as well, so you have to position really carefully. That was very fortunate that you got through it first try.
Mm-hmm.
Like a corridor 9 and 10 bosses. The corridor 10 boss is pretty much the same thing, but harder.
The Core 10 boss, you can't stay under him. Like, you take too much damage from the shots. But the lasers are much stronger.
Oh, they
so
are?
you have to actually side saber him.
They're still a lot less dangerous than the talons that come out. It's just the talons are kind of really hard to avoid and deal with.
They move fast and they home. Like, the skulls do more damage than the talons do, but the talons don't die when they hit you and hit you multiple times. So it's bad news.
Right. Yeah, I think I found using the side saber to ride along the side is more consistent.
Yeah. So quarter or area 10 basically, don't find anything. Don't stick around. Don't let it spawn. Don't look at it. Just go.
Oh yeah, this is the most dangerous overworld section in the whole game. Has some brand new music to indicate that too. Yeah, level 3 fireball is really good in 100%.
Oh yeah, if I had level 3 fireball, it'd be a joke, but I ain't got that.
Yeah, or even level 2. Oops, we went the wrong way.
Did I?
So you can slip through? Ooh! Nice. I don't know anything.
If you get it the first time, it's actually a hair faster than walking around the right way.
Right, so you don't have to bend that far over to the left.
Because even the blocks are strong now. I'm shooting the blocks with my pea shooter and they're not dying as fast.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see. So we're close to there. You know the weapons in here are worth getting, but the bosses aren't too bad. The first boss is bad. The first boss is the Flying Skull, which is just awful. Alright.
All you have to do is keep shooting your basic attack here, your B button shot.
It's basically, it's time for a whole song loop.
Alright.
Alright, now things start to suck.
Alright, this is where Spaceball 1 goes to ludicrous speed. This is the fastest scrolling stage in the game, I think.
Yes, the second part of it is pretty intense.
Or maybe the same as Corridor Zero. And this
Zero
is not,
starts pretty fast.
it's not just visually impressive for the NES, but also
It runs smoothly.
very hard to catch power-ups because they just
They
drift by.
appear, they go to the top, and they just vanish. So
Yeah.
yeah, you get like...
So you basically can't heal during this very scary section with lots of enemy eraser immune enemies. Like here's the parachute pants guys, and also the crystals that chase you are also immune to enemy eraser. And there's power-ups just slipping away as usual. Got the heart though. That was pretty clutch.
Got 2.
And yeah, and then these bomb pods come out as well.
Alright, we're good.
But fewer of them will spawn if there's a lot of sprites on screen, so that was some good manipulation there to stay alive.
Gotcha. Alright, we're good.
Yeah, and there's
boss.
the trench digger from Corridor 1 is finally back, and that's kind of what they look like.
He's mad as hell.
Yeah, digging very quickly, shooting very resilient homing talons instead of the fluffy, like, homing... What are those?
Rice.
Sea anemones?
I call him rice.
They're like
Oh,
sea
they
anemones.
fire squids at first. Yeah, the first time they fire squids at you.
They're not squids, they're sea anemones.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure. Or those things that clownfish live in.
Keep your friends close. Enemies closer.
Alright, so here we go. Corridor 10 is almost over. Seawolf looking to be in good shape for the boss fight.
Says you. Alright, let's see.
Maxed out shields, lots of chips. Maxed out chips too. You cannot be in better shape.
And then he died. No.
We'll see how many enemy erasers you have to use though. Okay, you're off to a really good start though.
Oh, get wrecked. Okay, this fight's over. You got full power up.
Oh yeah, you got the battery, it's over. You can fall asleep now.
Is that chip? Not the heart.
All you have to worry about is finishing it off at that point. Yeah, gotta avoid the heart, because here comes another death warp. So now, according to the plot, I guess I should have explained the plot, because it's explained in the center room.
What's the plot?
Yeah, it's just a message log saying that Naju was once filled with a peaceful civilization, but it was destroyed by these alien invaders, and now the alien invaders have taken over it and are steering it towards Earth. So you have to beat these 10 corridors so you can unlock the self-destruct mechanism, which is Corridor 21. And when you beat Corridor 21, you can self-destruct the planet, blow up all the aliens.
Well, almost all of them. Did I miss a saber perhaps somewhere? My saber is level 2. I never got level 3 saber. What did I miss?
I don't think you get level 3 saber in any percent.
Oh, maybe I don't.
I'm pretty sure you don't.
Huh,
You don't
okay.
need level 3 saber anyway.
Oh, not at
It's
all.
the
I
double saber.
thought I had it, that's all.
And again, with the damage cap, you're not going to need level 3 for anything. Level 2 will do damage cap to every boss anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So
I think it does your attack stat times 4 or times 8.
Times 4, I think. It's 2, 4, then 8 for the 1, 2, 3.
I thought it was 4, 8, 16.
Maybe it's 4, 16. I don't know. I haven't looked at the chart in like a year, so...
You only get the attack upgrade after beat the blue crab after Corridor 1. So I guess you can damage cap with saber anyway. Maybe it's 2 and then 8 then 16. I'm pretty sure it is times 16 though. It's that's why it's so good. It's so out of hand.
Yeah.
Just wrecks everything that isn't bosses and wrecks bosses anyway.
Pretty much.
So we like to call this boss the womb boss due to how it's shaped. Okay, no one calls it that except me, but
What?
once someone pointed it out, I could not call it that. No,
Which one? Yeah.
never mind. It's a very familiar shape. Anyway, here's the strength of level 3 double saber right here. So he's forcing the red Optimon to shoot the strands upwards, but the level 3 double saber can destroy them. So you can just ride like that and take very little damage.
Actually, a very awesome fight with him. That can go either way.
Yeah, if you don't space it quite right, you can get wrecked yourself. I still haven't figured it out perfectly.
Neither have I, so...
Here's the easier Grimgrin that has about half as much health as the red one, but can still run you out of all your chips.
Well, he's backloaded. Like, he runs his eyes blow up real fast, and he stays in yellow for a long time. Like,
Oh, okay.
The health's kind of front-loaded in this guy. It's less health overall, but he's more annoying for a long period of time.
Yeah, it causes more game slowdown, especially with all the asteroids that keep coming in.
The asteroids are a big problem. They fly at you, hit for like 2 damage each, and they're from the top of the screen, so when you're following around bosses, you just get nailed in the face constantly. That's where a lot of my damage comes from. Not from the boss themselves, from the asteroids.
Yeah, and with only one attack upgrade, you can't really rely on
takes
your
2 hits.
to take care of them. I only got the blue
Bombardier
sphere.
left. The Bombardier and then it. So,
Oh, yeah,
not too
this
bad.
thing. This thing
Appreciate it.
doesn't stay on screen for very long. You don't get to damage it for very long. It's just a really boring, non-interactive fight.
It's very weak. It just doesn't hurt you really. Just
Yeah,
if I let it fire, it would do like 1 damage to me.
it's true. It basically can't kill you.
I think it's there on purpose to like charge you up for the final boss. I think because the whole time.
It looks really cool.
It looks
You
awesome.
gotta admit, the designers they made a really intimidating looking homing missile launcher. It's just that gameplay wise, it falls completely flat. Yeah, that little blue round thing only gives 1 shield and 10 chips.
Yeah.
Alright, here we go.
That's why I skipped by accident. I didn't skip that in my current best run, so all my time I basically lost like 40 seconds to a cutscene.
There's the really long cutscene you can skip as well.
Boom, 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 boom.
Really big Death Star explosion. Oh, I guess I should have given a seizure warning for that. Lots of white flashes. Oh well. At least it's predictable.
Sorry, kids.
And here's all the flaming hot shrapnel of Naju flying back at you. Notice it peters out.
Claymore. Now we're far away. It's all good. That last little one tries to get you. There. Okay. And now for the fun thing.
The final boss comes as quite a surprise in this game.
What?
This is where the difficulty jumps up quite a bit again.
Meet it. It. You. It.
I don't know. Is that its official name? I don't remember.
I think it's just called It.
Oh, okay.
IT.
Is now.
I've always called it It. I've always seen. Because I saw it somewhere on the interwebs. It's gotta be true. So,
Right.
27, 26, 25.
Yeah, there's a lot of sprite flicker because there's a lot of moving parts for this
2.
boss.
He's very complicated. All his claws, his arms, they're all separate sprites. So he's a lot of parts moving at once.
I think the hands are hitboxes, but the arms aren't.
Yes.
So
41, 40.
either way, you still want to stay on the side and avoid the
8,
bubbles. The ships you
7,
can destroy, the bubbles
6,
not really.
35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27.
Oh, you must be counting ticks at double save.
24, 23, 22, 21, 20. Oh. Alright, seizure warning. Okay.
Oh yeah, we gotta reach for the enemy erasers. You should probably mash it to get some power-ups to spawn. You got enough mana left.
Yeah, that's true. Alright.
There we go. Now is a seizure warning.
One hit left, one hit away. Really? One hit? Oh, God.
Oh, that was close.
Okay.
Might
Now,
have
for
to do
real.
that again, though.
I'm going to do it right now. Alright. Real deal. About 10 seconds of this. Close your eyes. You're safe.
So you can get a lot of power-ups to spawn if you use it liberally, like that. So this should be enough to finish the fight, no problem. So like, as you can see, the amount of stuff coming out increases quite a bit when he turns yellow, and now red is double that again.
There we go.
Very tense fight, but it should be almost over.
Time. Not bad. One death. Not bad at all.
Fell behind my PB somehow, but I'm gonna blame cat percent and seizure percent for that.
Oh, the stream delay. Sorry, guys. You're safe. Oh, the flashing. My bad. Also, hitbox had less delay.
And yeah, for those who couldn't tell, you know, you're playing as the Guardian of the Earth, who is a very 80s looking woman with a huge mane of hair and nice shoes.
And a hole in her chest.
Yeah, and a mysterious black triangle, not connected by anything.
Ugh. Alright.
That was the final time I
can't see the
did
stream.
something wrong.
I can't run a stream while doing it at the same time. So
I'll check for you. It says 5749.
ooh, not bad for a death. And going out of my way for 3 power-ups.
Yeah.
And stopping to give seizure warnings. Like, stopping literally for seizure warnings. So, good stuff.
Too kind, too kind.
Alright.